There is a reason you are here, reading this at this very moment. Maybe something inside you is tired of waiting, tired of hoping, tired of wondering when your life will finally change. And at the same time, there is a small, quiet voice inside you that still believes, that still whispers, what if it's already on the way? Today, we are not going to force anything. We are not going to chase anything. And we are not going to beg life to give us what we want. Instead, we are going to gently shift something within you, something powerful, something simple. We are going to begin feeling as if your dreams are already here. Just take a moment and think about this. What would you feel like if everything you have been asking for had already come true? Not tomorrow, not someday, but right now. How would your body feel? How would your thoughts sound? There would be less pressure, less fear, less rushing. You would feel calm, maybe even peaceful. You would not be trying so hard to prove anything, because you would already know that it is yours. And that feeling, that quiet certainty, is what changes everything. Most people spend their lives waiting for something outside to change before they allow themselves to feel happy, confident, or secure. They say, I will feel good when I have it. But what if it works the other way around? What if life begins to shift when you allow yourself to feel it first? This is where the real change begins. Not in the outside world, but inside you. Because the way you feel right now is shaping the way your life unfolds. You don't have to force yourself to believe something that feels impossible. You don't have to pretend in a way that feels fake. This is not about lying to yourself. This is about gently stepping into a new way of feeling, a new way of being. It's about allowing yourself to relax into the idea that your dreams are not far away. They are forming, they are moving, they are coming together in ways you cannot yet see. And maybe, just maybe, things are already shifting for you behind the scenes. Maybe the delays you have been feeling are not rejections, but quiet preparations. Maybe life is arranging things in a way that is better than you imagined. You don't need to rush it. You don't need to control every step. You only need to stay open, stay calm, and stay connected to that feeling of already having what you desire. So, as you continue listening, allow yourself to soften. Let go of the tension, the overthinking, the need to figure everything out. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right where you need to be. And from this moment forward, you are going to begin walking through your life with a new energy. The energy of someone whose dreams are already on their way, already real in ways that truly matter. What does it really mean to act as if your dreams are already here? It is not about pretending or forcing yourself to believe something that feels far away. It is not about ignoring your current reality or denying how you feel, acting as if it is something much softer, much more natural. It is about gently choosing to think, feel, and respond to life in a way that matches the version of you who already has what you desire. It is about alignment, not effort. Imagine the version of you who already has your dream life. That version of you is not constantly worried or doubting. That version of you is calm, secure, and trusting. They do not wake up every day asking, "When will it happen?" Because for them, it already has. And when you begin to act as if, you are not becoming someone fake. You are simply stepping closer to who you truly are meant to be. This can be very simple in daily life. It can be in the way you speak to yourself, the way you carry your thoughts, and even the way you react to situations. Instead of thinking, "Nothing is working for me," you gently shift to, "Things are unfolding for me, even if I cannot see it yet." Instead of feeling anxious about the future, you allow a small sense of trust to enter your heart. These small changes may not seem big, but they begin to create a new pattern inside you, acting as if it is also about how you treat yourself. When you believe your dreams are already on their way, you begin to treat yourself with more care, more respect, and more love. You stop waiting for something outside to give you permission to feel good. You allow yourself to feel worthy now, not later. And this changes your energy in a very real way. You do not need to do anything extreme or dramatic. You do not need to change your whole life overnight. This is about small, gentle shifts that feel real to you. It is about choosing peace instead of panic, trust instead of fear, and belief instead of doubt, one moment at a time. Over time, these moments begin to add up, and you start to notice something inside you changing. And as that inner change begins, your outer world slowly starts to reflect it. Not because you forced it, but because you aligned with it. Acting as if it is not about chasing your dreams. It is about becoming someone who is already connected to them. It is quiet, it is steady, and it is powerful in a way that does not need to prove itself. Why does this way of thinking and feeling actually work? Because your mind does not respond only to your words. It responds more deeply to what you feel. You can say positive things all day, but if inside you feel fear, doubt, or lack, your mind listens to that feeling more than the words. Your inner world is always guiding your outer experience, and the strongest signal you send is your emotional state. This is why acting as if it is not about repeating empty phrases. It is about creating a real feeling inside you that your mind can accept as true. Think about a time when you felt truly happy or confident. In that moment, your thoughts were different, your body felt lighter, and your actions were more natural. You did not force anything, it just flowed. This is how your mind works. When you feel something deeply, your mind begins to align with that feeling. It starts to look for proof, to support it, to make it real in your experience. So when you begin to feel as if your dreams are already here, even in a small and gentle way, your mind slowly starts to accept that as your new reality. Most people try to change their life by focusing only on action, but they ignore how they feel while taking those actions. If the feeling behind your actions is fear or doubt, it creates resistance. But when your actions come from a place of calm trust and quiet belief, everything feels more natural. You are not forcing things to happen, you are allowing them. And your mind begins to support you instead of working against you. It is important to understand that you do not need to feel perfect all the time. You do not need to remove every negative thought. This is not about pressure or control. It is about gently guiding your feelings in a new direction whenever you can. Even small moments of feeling aligned can begin to shift your mindset. Even a few seconds of true belief can start creating change inside you. As you continue this practice, your mind becomes more familiar with this new feeling. It starts to feel normal, safe, and real. And when something feels normal to your mind, it no longer sees it as something far away. It begins to treat it as something that belongs to you. This is how your inner world slowly reshapes your outer world, not through force, but through feeling, consistency, and quiet trust. There is a simple but powerful shift that changes everything, and that is learning to live from the end result instead of constantly thinking about how to get there. Most people spend their time asking, how will this happen? When will it happen? What do I need to do next? And these questions often come from a place of pressure and uncertainty. But when you begin to think from the end, something inside you starts to relax. You are no longer chasing your dream. You are standing in the feeling of already having it. Living in the end means you allow yourself to experience the emotions of your desired life right now. You begin to feel the peace, the happiness, the gratitude, and the quiet confidence that would naturally come if your dream had already happened. You are not waiting for proof anymore. You are allowing the feeling to exist within you first. And when that feeling becomes familiar, your whole way of thinking starts to change. Instead of worrying about every small detail, you begin to trust more. Instead of feeling rushed, you feel calm. You stop checking constantly to see if things are working, because deep inside, you already feel that they are. This does not mean you stop taking action in your life. It simply means your actions come from a different place. They come from belief instead of fear, from clarity instead of confusion. You may notice that when you think from the end, your reactions to situations also begin to shift. Things that used to trigger stress may not affect you the same way. You respond with more patience, more understanding, and more confidence. This is because you are no longer seeing life from a place of lack. You are seeing it from a place of already having enough, already being enough. At first, this may feel unfamiliar, and that is okay. You are creating a new way of thinking and feeling, and it takes time to settle into it. You do not need to force yourself into a perfect state. Just gently return to the feeling whenever you remember. Even small moments of living in the end can create a deep impact over time. And as you continue this practice, something beautiful begins to happen. You start to feel less attached to outcomes and more connected to the present moment. You begin to enjoy the journey instead of rushing through it. And in that space of calm trust, life has room to move, to shift, and to bring your desires to you in ways that feel natural and right. One of the biggest things that can slow this process down is doubt, and it is something almost everyone experiences. You may start to feel good, you may start to believe, and then suddenly a thought appears that says, "What if this never happens? Or what if I am just fooling myself?" And in that moment, it is easy to fall back into old patterns of fear and overthinking. But it is important to understand that doubt is not your enemy. It is simply a habit your mind has learned over time, and it can be softened with awareness and patience. You do not need to fight your doubts or push them away with force. In fact, the more you try to control them, the stronger they can feel. Instead, you can gently notice them without giving them power. You can say to yourself, "It's okay that this thought is here, but I choose not to follow it." This simple shift creates space between you and your thoughts. It reminds you that you are not your doubts, you are the one observing them. Overthinking often comes from the need to control everything. The mind wants clear answers, exact timelines, and full certainty. But life does not always work that way. When you try to figure out every detail, you create pressure inside yourself, and that pressure can block the natural flow of things. Letting go does not mean giving up on your dreams. It means releasing the tight grip you have on how and when things should happen. Trust begins when you allow yourself to not know everything. It begins when you accept that there are forces working beyond what you can see. You may not understand the timing, but that does not mean nothing is happening. In fact, some of the most important changes happen quietly, without any clear signs at first. When you let go of the need to constantly check and control, you create space for those changes to unfold. It is also important to be kind to yourself during this process. You are learning a new way of thinking, and it is natural to go back and forth sometimes. There will be moments of strong belief and moments of doubt, and both are part of the journey. What matters is not perfection, but your willingness to return to trust again and again. So when doubt appears, do not let it pull you away completely. See it, acknowledge it, and then gently come back to your center. Come back to the feeling that things are working out for you, even if you cannot see it yet. With time, this practice becomes easier, and your mind begins to settle into a place of calm belief, where overthinking no longer controls you, and trust begins to feel natural. There is a deeper part of this journey that many people struggle to accept, and that is the idea of divine timing. We often believe that if something has not happened yet, it means it is not working. We look at the clock, we compare our lives with others, and we start to feel like we are falling behind. But what if the timing of your life is not something to fear, but something to trust? What if everything is unfolding in a way that you cannot fully see yet, but is still working in your favor? Divine timing means that things happen at the right moment, not always the moment you expect, but the moment that is truly aligned for you. There are so many moving parts in life, so many unseen connections, and sometimes a delay is not a denial. It is a preparation. It is life arranging the right people, the right situations, and the right conditions so that when your dream arrives, it feels stable and complete. Think about how many things had to come together for you to be where you are today. There were moments you did not understand, moments that felt slow or even frustrating, but later they made sense. In the same way, what you are waiting for right now may also be forming step by step. Even when you cannot see progress, something is still shifting beneath the surface. When you trust divine timing, you release the need to rush. You stop putting pressure on yourself to have everything figured out immediately. You allow life to move at its own pace, knowing that forcing something too early can create stress or imbalance. Instead of asking, "Why is this not happening yet?" you begin to feel, "It will happen at the right time for me." This kind of trust brings a deep sense of peace. It allows you to stay present, to focus on your growth, and to enjoy where you are right now, without constantly worrying about what is missing. You begin to understand that your journey is unique, and it does not need to match anyone else's timeline. And as you continue to act as if your dreams are already here, while also trusting divine timing, you create a powerful balance. You hold the feeling of already having it, while also allowing life to bring it to you in the best way possible. You are no longer forcing or chasing. You are allowing, trusting, and quietly knowing that what is meant for you is already on its way, arriving exactly when it should. One of the most challenging parts of this journey is staying in trust when you cannot see any clear results yet. There will be moments when everything feels quiet, when nothing seems to be changing, and your mind may start to question if anything is really happening at all. This is where many people give up, not because their dream is not coming, but because they cannot see it yet. But just because something is not visible does not mean it is not real. Think about how many things in life grow quietly before they are seen. A seed stays under the soil for a long time before it breaks through the surface. During that time, it is still growing, still forming, still becoming what it is meant to be. In the same way, your dreams may be taking shape in ways you cannot yet recognize. There may be changes happening within you, shifts in your mindset, new opportunities preparing to appear, all happening beneath the surface. When you understand this, you begin to see that the waiting period is not empty. It is not wasted time. It is a space where important things are happening, even if they are not obvious. And instead of feeling frustrated, you can begin to feel a quiet sense of trust. You can remind yourself that something is moving, even if you cannot point to it right now. It is also in these moments that your belief becomes stronger. When everything is easy and visible, it is simple to feel confident. But when things are unclear, that is when your inner strength grows. Every time you choose to trust instead of doubt, you are building a deeper connection with your vision. You are teaching your mind to stay steady, even when things feel uncertain. You do not need constant proof to keep going. You only need a small sense of belief, a quiet knowing that things are working out for you in ways you may not fully understand yet. Let that be enough for now. Let that guide you through the moments of silence and stillness. As you continue to hold that trust, something begins to shift again. What once felt uncertain starts to feel possible. What once felt far away starts to feel closer. Not because you forced it, but because you stayed steady. You stayed open, and you allowed the unseen to become seen in its own time. Now comes a very important shift, and that is becoming the version of you who already has what you desire. This is not about changing who you are completely. It is about uncovering a deeper version of yourself that already exists within you. The version of you who has your dream life is not someone far away. It is still you, just thinking, feeling, and responding in a more calm and certain way. Take a moment to imagine that version of yourself. Notice how they carry themselves through the day. They are not constantly worried about losing what they have because they feel secure with it. They do not seek constant approval because they already feel enough. There is a quiet confidence in the way they think and a sense of ease in the way they move through life. And the more you connect with this version of you, the more natural it begins to feel. You can start bringing this version of yourself into your daily life in very simple ways. It can be in how you speak to yourself when things go wrong. Instead of being hard on yourself, you respond with understanding and patience. It can be in how you make decisions, choosing what feels right instead of what feels safe out of fear. These small shifts may seem simple, but they begin to change how you experience your life. Becoming this version of yourself also means raising the way you see your own worth. When you believe your dreams are already yours, you no longer settle for less than you deserve. You treat yourself with more respect, more care, and more kindness. You begin to set quiet boundaries, not out of anger, but out of self-respect. And this sends a strong message to your mind that you are ready to receive more. At first, this may feel unfamiliar, and you may slip back into old patterns sometimes. That is completely normal. You are learning a new way of being, and it takes time. What matters is that you keep returning to this version of yourself again and again, gently and without pressure. Over time, something powerful happens. This version of you stops feeling like an idea and starts feeling like your reality. You begin to think like them, feel like them, and live like them more often. And when that happens, your outer world has no choice but to slowly reflect the person you have become within. Real change does not come from one big moment. It comes from small daily alignment. It is the quiet choices you make every day, the thoughts you return to, and the feelings you allow to stay within you. You do not need to do something extreme or perfect. You only need to gently guide yourself back to the state of trust, belief, and calm again and again. This is how your inner world slowly becomes stable and strong. Each day, you have many small moments where you can choose how you think and feel. When something does not go as planned, you can either fall into frustration or you can pause and remind yourself that everything is still working out for you. When doubt appears, you can either follow it or you can step back and return to a feeling of quiet trust. These small decisions may not seem important at the time, but they begin to shape your overall state of mind. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. You do not need to feel strong belief all the time. Even a small shift in the right direction is enough. Even a few moments of feeling calm, grateful, or trusting can begin to change the way you experience your life. Over time, these moments add up, and what once felt difficult starts to feel natural. It also helps to create simple habits that bring you back to alignment. This could be taking a few quiet moments in the morning to set your intention for the day, or reminding yourself in the evening that you are still on the right path. You do not need anything complicated. Just small pauses where you reconnect with the feeling that your dreams are already forming in your life. As you continue this daily practice, you may notice that your reactions become softer, your thoughts become clearer, and your emotions feel more balanced. You are no longer being pulled in different directions by fear or doubt. Instead, you are gently guiding yourself back to a place of stability and trust. And in this steady alignment, things begin to shift in a natural way. Opportunities may appear, ideas may come to you, and situations may begin to change without force. This is not because you are trying harder, but because you are staying connected to the version of yourself who already believes. And that quiet, consistent connection is what allows your dreams to move closer into your reality. And now, as you come to the end of this moment, just take a slow breath and notice how you feel. There is nothing you need to chase, nothing you need to force, and nothing you need to prove. Your dreams are not far away from you. They are already forming, already moving, already finding their way into your life. All you are being asked to do is to trust, to stay open, and to continue becoming the version of yourself who is ready to receive them. You are not behind in life. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be right now. Every step you have taken, even the ones that felt confusing or difficult, has been shaping you, preparing you, guiding you. And as you continue to act as if your dreams are already here, while trusting divine timing, you create a calm and powerful energy within you. An energy that does not doubt, does not rush, and does not fear, but simply knows. So move forward from here with a softer heart and a stronger trust. Let go of the need to control everything and allow life to unfold in its own perfect way. What is meant for you will not miss you. What belongs to you will find you. And everything is aligning, even now, in ways you may not fully see yet. If this message connected with you, take a moment to like this video. Share it with someone who may need this reminder, and leave a comment below about how you are choosing to trust your journey. And if you want to keep receiving messages like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This space is here for you whenever you need to come back, breathe, and remember that everything is working out for you.